Welcome to another episode of Everybody's Got Something. I'm your host, Seth Hoffman. Today on the show, we have from the show Albuquerque the Spotlight, Stoney McFly, multi-local MC, and Juan Ortiz, Big MERK, and also from the Guild Cinema, we have Keif Henley. Let's get into it and have a good time.
Yeah.
All right, Stoney and Juan, pleasure to have you guys. Pleasure to have you here on the show.
What's up, y'all?
Yo.
And we're going to be talking about your show, Albuquerque the Spotlight, which I had the pleasure to be a guest on. And so why don't you first introduce yourselves and let's hear how this show got started.
You want to start?
Oh, man, Stoney McFly, you know what I'm saying, because I'm black in time.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Big MERK.
Yeah.
Albuquerque the Spotlight.
Right. And we met each other just out, you know, shout out to the fairgrounds out here, the flea market, you know, just on the weekend, just kicking it, just out and about. And I came across this booth, and we talked about music, and it turned into doing videos, and then it turned into turning videos into going to Fast Stacks. And they threw me an idea for Stoney Saturdays. I said, how about we start doing interviews in here? And we started putting spotlight on people all over the city. Albuquerque the Spotlight.
Yeah, we took a while to get the name because we wanted something original. We don't want nothing that's, of course, we want to use our original name. We don't want something that's already out there. So it took a while for us to go back and forth, deciding on the.
But you're saying the first day you guys met, the idea was
No.
Oh, that's
Actually,
just how you met then?
Yeah,
later.
we met at the flea market, but he was like, he came and I don't know, for some reason, I think he was rapping on the booth. And like I said, I was a DJ back in the days in California. Yeah. So it kind of brought back the whole music thing on me because I already had left it behind a little bit. Mm-hmm. But then, we came along and he got the opportunity to do Stoney Saturdays at Fat Stacks. Yes. So that's how we kind of merged and said, hey, you know, we should do something like what was it?
Like a podcast, but call it
not really a podcast because it's like we're not in a couch, or he said, I don't want nothing to do with the couch, so I want, I want something more. Yeah. So
we call it an improv cast.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. So we basically interview people on spot. We don't prepare for it. It's just like having a casual conversation over lunch, you know. And like I said, once again, big up to Fat Stack Burger for allowing us to, you know, utilize their platform to shine light on people all over the city.
Yeah, and then the ending was, we did that part, and then the ending was like that 106 in Park kind of, you know, the 90s kind of MTV kind of feel. So that's where Bar Check came in. That's what we call it, Bar Check.
Rap City, the basement type vibes, you know.
So now he collaborates with the person on that we interview, and we kind of collaborate.
I love that. What a cool aspect of the show.
That was pretty cool, and then
so
a lot of people.
very organic and alive.
And then it makes the viewers watch towards the end because they want to see the performance. So that's like another.
That was awesome when I was on and we did that. I mean, when I watched that now, I can't believe it. I'm like, man, this was just on the spot there. That was incredible.
That's kind of how we met, you know. Big ups to the hall once again, you know, on Central. We pretty much, I seen you perform, and I was like, man, this dude playing guitar, harmonica, all type of things at one time. Yeah. And singing, laughing, rejoicing. So I was like, that sounds cool. Can I get in on that? Like, let me freestyle. Yeah. So like Big MERK said, Bar Check. I just brought Bar Check to the spotlight and we just combined it.
Yeah. And so how's the show developed and how has it been for you? How is it from starting it till now? What have you learned?
It's pretty crazy, man. It got kind of crazy.
Man, great episodes.
Yeah. We've been, people have been noticing more. We've seen a lot of more people kind of using the word spotlight on their thing, whatever. So we've made a positive, message to all the people. And like I said, there's a lot of people out there that have businesses and people don't know about it. Yeah. So that's where we come in. You know, we just don't have performers. We have business owners. We have future events. Entrepreneurs. We had, it's just anybody that's trying to send a message out there.
Social media stars, just anybody from all walks type of life. We welcome all y'all to come through.
Any memorable guests that you were hoping to have on and that you got on, or just that turned out to be a special episode? I'm sure they all were, but anything that comes to mind.
For me, it was the NB Writers.
Okay.
I mean, I grew up on that music, so for us to be part of that and getting them, that was pretty memorable for me. Yeah. I mean, all of them are memorable because I mean everybody's part of it, but like that was for me, that was the biggest for me.
What about you? What about you, Stoney?
We had so many great episodes so far. Shout out to all the guests we had on there, including you.
Thank you.
You know, I really enjoyed the Joe Love one.
Oh my God.
The one with me and King, us and King, because it was like West Coast and East Coast sitting down together talking because he represents NY. And the one we recently, not too long, did Switch and Richie B. We went to a pizza parlor and, and he was freestyling with me, you know what I'm saying? And it was just cool, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's a lot of people that love hip hop. So that's what I'm doing with Bar Check. I'm bringing the love out, like your music.
And he surprised us with that rap, right? Because he said, I'm gonna rap. And I was like, what? You know, this little pizza guy.
Like, I'm gonna go first. And that's my energy, you know what I'm saying? I go first a lot too. But it just exercising the flow, man. Then also, we promoting, cross-promoting. Yes. We rapping about our businesses, and you know, it's a cool experience. Yeah. And we doing it on the fly, no pen, no pad, none of that.
Yeah, we don't script nothing.
I like that. I like when it's just raw, real,
sit
authentic.
down, it's like we're chatting, but like, it's been good, man.
Yeah. Right. And so you've done it at a couple locations now?
Actually, yeah, right. We
just did one recently, our last show. Big as the DJ Switch, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute.
We did.
And DJ L too, you know what I'm saying? But Switch, we was at a Black Market. Black Market Dispo. Yeah.
Oh, nice. And so that could be a continuing thing of the show where it's maybe gonna be at different places?
Because we've been telling them like, hey, we usually do it at Fat Stacks Burgers. We do it at a certain time, but then a lot of performers or business owners say, hey, is there any way, you know, we can do it in your location? So with Richie B, we did half and half. Yeah, we did half and half, and he let us taste the pizza and did the wrap, and we seen his location, which is pretty good.
Nice. And what's it like for you two fellas how long ago did you meet? Just this past year, or how long ago?
Yeah, I think like almost a year. Yeah,
I did his video. We shot the video.
Yeah, we did the video 11 months ago.
Right here, like right downtown.
Yeah, we're down the street. We're just. It was just a raw video that we just did it in one day. We shot the whole thing.
Wow.
And it just all these great people out here was. It was great, man. Everybody was cool. Everybody was like, you know, they were happy with the video. Everybody was collaborated. It was cool, man.
Nice.
It was good.
And tell me about like the chemistry between you two as hosts of the show. What do you appreciate about each other, about how you kind of flow together?
Well, my feedback with my people, they've been like, hey man, you guys have you guys have a cool chemistry. You guys are talking about stuff, and you know, he shares. You know, coming from Mississippi, I'm coming from California, met up here, so it's like we all bring. You know, we're all over, but it's been great.
It's kind of like that dynamic that's missing in the world. Kind of like, you know, when we used to watch Friday, we had Smokey and Day, Smokey and Craig. It's kind of like we got that dynamic duo energy going on. You know what I'm saying? And also, it's a united front too. You know, much love, black love, brown pride.
Yeah.
Much love to all races. Let's put that out there. You know, no negativity. We just want to bring together and shine light on people, gifts and talent, the people that don't get interviews, the people that don't get talked to. So we doing it for y'all, and just to shine light on the city, Albuquerque as a whole. It's a great place for a lot of people to come up at.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. And so I appreciate about a show like yours is so often when people turn on any screen, it's just negative stuff. And what you guys put out there is shining light on the goodness. And there is so much good and so much to be inspired by.
Yeah, like for me, I've been here, 4 or 5 years? I mean, everybody's, Albuquerque this, Albuquerque that's the worst. Why you come over here? And, I just been getting, I was like, for me, I mean, I've been loving it. All these people are welcomed me with open hands, and I just been seeing positive stuff. I mean, your car's gonna get broken into, and this and that. And I'm like, for me, it's been cool, man. For
I
me,
agree. Stoney, you feel the same?
I've been here almost a decade, actually. I got here in 2017, and but I did military time and been here in 2007. So I came back, moved here, established myself as a hip hop artist out here. And it's been up and down, but I'm still staying solid ground.
Yes.
You know, my kids love it out here. I'm raising 3 beautiful children.
Yes.
Shout out KT Renzo, Daddy love you.
Well, if you ever want to bring them on the show one day, I'd love to meet them too.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Love a kids episode sometime.
there you go.
Oh yeah, man, most definitely. My daughter, she definitely a hip hop enthusiast.
Yeah.
She more into the rhythm. Like I can see her doing choreography.
Okay.
You know, my other kids, they just like the vibe. They ain't like trying to produce or nothing or anything, but they rock with my lyricism, and that's what I do it for. That's what I still do it for. So shout out my 3 angels.
Beautiful, beautiful. Are there some people you have in mind that say, you know, one day I really want to have this person on the show? Maybe they'll even be hearing this, or people locally, or someone who you would love to have on your show. I know you're open to all folks. Anyone in mind though that you're thinking, I'd like to reach out to this person. I hope to connect with some of these people to have on your show, whether they be artists or businesses.
Damn. That's a good one. Lot, you got us thinking there. Damn.
Well, while you're thinking, we'll certainly have your contact information when we post this video, so
Yeah,
people
definitely.
are seeing it and thinking, hey, I want to be on their show. They'll have a way to contact you.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you put out something very valuable. Anyone who's creating and putting good things in the world, it's a priceless thing these days. Unfortunately it's a rare thing.
Yeah.
But it's a gift for us all that you do that. So what do you guys do when you're not doing the show? Tell us a little bit about the men behind the show. What do you like to do? What kind of keeps you sane? What keeps you at peace?
Well, for me in California, when I was younger, I did the DJ producing. I did videos, music videos. I was in the music business throughout my college years, but I am I have my bachelor's degree in culinary arts. So yeah, I'm a chef by trade, so that's kind of what I do.
So you still
that's
do that now?
Yeah, my real job. But yeah, that's me. And then, like when I met Stoney, it brought back the music stuff, so I've been working on that too. But
it felt like a part of you that had been sleeping that was ready to wake up.
And it just woke up, and look out for stuff that we're gonna be doing, more videos. There's the video that we're dropping, neon lights coming soon. So I'm just working. Actually, after this, we're gonna go shoot the intro and maybe outro, and then we'll be done. Man, I just gotta put it together and do that. So.
Sometimes I feel like God puts people together who need to meet sometimes.
Yes, that's why I tell him. We just tripped out and he just started rapping in my booth, and I'm like listening to him. I'm like, and I brought back like California, because that's how people are like, hey man, like, there's raw talent out there that people just need a little, a little booth or
this is a gifted
boost,
man right here, Stoney. You have a special gift with just not only your lyrics but your whole energy that you bring. That I just hope more and more people will hear it, because you bring something good. You could just hear it. When you're just a little bit my boy, you could see he's just entranced, just mesmerized, and blessings on what you do.
I've always been a wordsy person. Like I just love to like look at definitions, spell, Just put sentences together, phrases, and just learn about culture from different lives. So once you mash that in, you know what I'm saying, it's collective. That's why I call being a lyricist. A master of mashing words and letters and phrases on stages. So to answer the question you asked me and MERK, parenting, of course, that's first and foremost.
Yes.
God, too, that's first.
Yes.
Besides that, I do a lot of writing, man. I'm writing more projects. I just dropped Rapping Blues. It's on SoundCloud now, but it's coming to all platforms August the 4th. It was originally July 4th. Long live my great-great-grandma, Lily Mae. I love you, too, forever. And I dropped it on SoundCloud just for everyone to listen to it. And I've been getting great
Good.
reviews.
Well, we'll put a link to that in the video description. We'll put all those links so people can check that out. Awesome.
Appreciate it, man. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. Bar check, man, for the world. Positive music. I love hip hop, but I do hip hop. That's hip hop with an E for everyone. You know, so
I like that.
everybody can listen to it. Kids, old people, church members, anybody that you know that like, I don't want to hear that hip hop. Well, this is the anti that. This is what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So y'all check it out. 10 songs of my life. So, yeah.
And what inspires you to write, and where do you write, and how do you? Are you a penciled paper fella? Do you like to
All
be
of it, man.
out in public, anywhere, wherever you are?
All of it. Usually, I like to write at home or in the studio. Or sometimes, like one year, I had this method. I used to write my lyrics on the way to the studio. Like I did it for a year straight just to test myself. And now it just like depends on how the song make me feel. If it sounds like something I should freestyle to, I'm gonna just let my mind go. And if I write, I'm gonna be around my kids, or I'm just keeping the beat looping in my head.
Yeah.
And then I just go and record it.
Nice. And do you guys like, when you're not doing the show, do you guys ever just like hang out or do any other creative things together? Just have some, just hey, let's kick it?
We always hang out, watch games. You wanted to see the Spurs game, we just kind of hang out.
Still Spurs Nation, man.
Because I know he
Congratulating to y'all, New York. I ain't no hater, but y'all not finna rip my jersey up. I paid too much money for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, and then we'll hit, like, we'll try to go to, like, the person that we did the interview, we'll try to, like, show support, and we'll try to go to their events as much as we can.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are a little bit out of our way, but we'll just try to fit wherever we can.
Yeah.
That way we just still show respect after they came in our show,
Yes.
Yeah, we're not gonna forget about you guys, we're still.
I like everyone's
still
there.
Bear with
Everyone's
us like
lifting each
Chicago,
other.
man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
well, that's a good thing. And I think sometimes people, there's this idea where people feel like it's like this competition where it's going to be if they win, I lose, or if I win, they lose. When really, when we all lift each other up, everyone comes out better.
Yeah, and I put a post on one of my things. Because I was telling Stoney, I was like, we're not trying to compete with nobody. This whole thing is a journey. So, we're all part of this. We're not, hating on somebody or we're all together and we all need to succeed together, and that's why we're doing it. We're sharing everybody's story and yeah, it's been positive all the way.
That's great. I think that the more of that, the world is in need of that. What do you make of the state of the world? I know depending on which screens we watch and what type of people we associate with, that kind of shapes our experience of the world. But what do you make of these times we're in, and I don't know, just how you get through it and keep things positive?
Well, for me, I try to keep away from the negative stuff.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's just my Pisces, whatever you want to call it. But I try to stay away from all that drama stuff and just hang around with positive stuff, positive people, and that's pretty much it for me, But
feed the good stuff.
yeah, just you let something put you down, and then it's gonna ruin your whole positive on stuff. But yeah, that's for me. It's like that.
Yeah, and that's the challenge, is like when something negative does happen, it's like, all right, how do we not
It's like a
dwell in that
disease,
and
man.
move past it? And
It's like a disease, man.
Yeah.
When all that negative stuff on TV or
Yeah.
all that, it just like, it just like
can be,
grows
like,
in your
paralyzing
body, and
almost.
and it's just like, So that's
Yeah.
what I tell Stoney. I was like, just keep positive and like, let's just do what we do. And the only thing is, we have fun doing this.
yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we
It's
really
not like
do.
it's not like we're just doing it as a job
Yeah.
or we have to do it, but
Yeah.
we
It's passion, you know what I'm saying?
we
It's
just have
passion
fun,
driven and
Yes.
have
Yeah.
fun with what we're doing.
Yeah.
right, because it's a lot of people that do it for the money, and I understand bills and things got to be taken care of. But also, man, where the love at? Like, where's the love for the game and the culture at? That's what we bring to the table, you know?
Yes. And I feel like when you're doing things like that do fill your heart and soul and do fill your passion, it's an unselfish thing, because when you're doing that, I know when you're around people, when you're around your kids, whoever you're around, you bring something better. You become more patient, you become more positive, more encouraging. So to recognize that something like this is good for the heart and soul, not just for the people who are on the show, not just for the people who are watching it, but for you guys actually creating it. It just adds to the goodness and the power that you have to keep going strong and to being your best and giving the best to those you love and to strangers in the world, whoever you
For sure,
come
man.
across each day.
Yep.
It's a gift. Not people. I think that's people say, what does it mean to be rich? I think that right there is, if you have something that you are looking forward to, that feeds you, and you can feed other people in a good way. That's a
already
rich existence.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, wonderful.
Definitely, man.
Well, it's a pleasure. And so, Stoney, we're gonna hear. You want to tell us about what you're going to be performing?
Oh, man. Yeah, like I was telling y'all, rapping blues. I want to perform a song for my great-great-grandmother, long live Lily Mae Wilder, a very important piece of my life, and one of the primary reasons why I have an artistic mind like I do. And it's called Great Granny Flow. It's the intro to my album. So yeah, I want to perform that for y'all live and direct, you know what I'm saying? And when the album come out on all platforms, man, do yourself a favor and scream it. It's a different type of music, man. Big ups to Old Solar Beats from Morocco. He produced the whole project. So there you have it.
All right.
Yeah, and guys, too, if you guys want to be part of the Albuquerque Spotlight, we're on every platform, Facebook, Instagram. Just message me, Instagram. Yeah, and definitely, you guys, we'll try to get you in if you guys have anything, a business. If you guys are working on something, you guys have a future show, or you guys just want to be on the show and share something, hit us up, guys. Albuquerque the Spotlight. Make sure to
Promote yourself.
Yeah, Stoney Blue 662, right, on Instagram.
Correct.
All right, well, check the video description. We'll have all the links, so if you want to get a hold of these guys, check out past episodes of the show as well. They can probably find. So, Juan, what a pleasure to have you on the show today. Stoney, always a pleasure.
Thank you for having
and
us.
I look forward to your song.
Thank you.
Check out their show. These are awesome
CMP.
guys putting out good things in this world. Blessings to all, blessings to you fellas and your families, and you're welcome back anytime. And more to come.
I want to say before I go, man, love to Chicago, Illinois, man, my birth city. And Jonestown, Mississippi, where I got the name Stoney from, man. If it wasn't for y'all, it wouldn't be no me. Thank y'all.
All right. All the best. Praise all the miracles that flow. Let them continue. More to come.
Cool.
Yeah, what's up?
Stoney Blue 5 Frame, rapping blues.
Here's an old soul.
More unexpected than a snowball summer fight. Put that on my daddy and my mama like unborn inside her stomach tight. 8.5 months later, now become a light. Auntie, uncle, cousin, great grandmother, full of the life is Lily Mae. Missing your face forever and a day. They made a street with your name where little kids can play. I never knew that you would live to 102. Heard that disturbing news, we took the tough and bruise. I celebrate July the 4th because of you. No firework on earth was bright as you. Taught her for many tools, for the Wiley's and McCool's. Families all over, Chi-Town, St. Louis, Dallas and Memphis, having events. Every day at your house reminiscing. History through pictures, tugging on my fingers with your face like, listen, heaven out in the yard, in the car, or the kitchen. She was very smart, dear Pa, when you enter, or back in the end, when Mama Betty was living. They were real life magic when life got drastic. Even in the hardest times, they kept it fantastic. And Ida Mae, eternally, send the sky my grace. Wish heaven was a mile away. I'd be there every day. Yeah, I miss y'all every day. I miss y'all every day. Snow falls in the summer. Yeah, rapping blues. You know what I'm saying? July 4th, coming out to all platforms on August the 4th. Produced by Old Solar Beats. Big ups the Rastafarian. Big ups the Arrow for Heaven. Yeah, and this is Stone and Blue 5 Blunt. Because the Seth Hoffman. The Seth Hoffman. Yeah. Big MERK, Albuquerque the Spotlight. Check us out on YouTube. Stoney McFly, subscribe to me too.
All right, we are here. Keif,
Hey.
what a pleasure. It's been good to know you over a good number of years.
Yeah, you've always been taller than me too. It's good.
Yes, that's like an inside joke from the painting, which you'll see later of the main cast members of the Guild.
Yeah.
So the Guild Cinema, it's a staple treasure of Albuquerque. Can you tell us a little bit about, I don't know, the history, your history with the Guild, the history of the Guild?
The Guild started in 1968. Oh my God, the Zito family, Mary Zito and family, they were showing films. I think the first film was not The Red Balloon, but another variation. It was a Greek film about 5 prostitutes, believe it or not. And so, and then they ran it for a while. It was pretty much at the same location that it's in right now. Maybe it was wider, I'm not real sure. And then it was taken over, the business was bought by Bert Manzari, who was on the GI Bill, a UNM student. And so he bought the business, not the building. The Zito family owned the building. They still, to this day, own the building. John Daffer, who is a big part of why the Guild is still here. He's a wonderful property owner. Kudos to him. Kudos to the former owners for accepting an offer that wasn't a lot of money, but they took it to keep the place going. So I took over in 2004 with a business partner, Peter Conheim, and we ran for a while, and then he put his operations back mostly in the Bay Area where he's from. And so I ran solo for a while, and then I had a business partner, bought them out. And so it's me as the owner, but I'm far from the only person. I mean, there's other people involved. They're helping make decisions. I mean, it's a group effort. I'm just a part of the process. And it's art house cinema. It's eclectic. I take a lot of inspiration from like DIY spaces and things like that, and alternative exhibition spaces.
Here we got a little.
We got this over here. There's the booth. I know I'm a little bit of a clutter bug, but it rubs off. But that's the booth right there. And Eric and Erica did that nice translucent window art thing there. Thank you, Eric and Erica. There's the candies. What's a movie theater without candy, right?
I know.
So coming attractions and cards and stuff. And
I like it because it's not just like your typical big, huge theater lobby. It's kind of like you feel like you're at your like your uncle's house or something like that. You're in a neighborhood community.
Inevitably
space.
that happens. It's non-corporate. It's local flavor. It's So there's our popcorn machine, and there's our membership plan there. And there's the popcorn again. Popcorn.
I was there the other day. It was smelling so good.
Yeah, you see how we are, man. We try to keep the place smelling like popcorn. That's a good smell to have, isn't it?
Yes, and I always like your toppings too. It's not the typical toppings. You guys have some special toppings you don't find at.
Man, I got to get some lemon pepper. Speaking of which, we're out of lemon pepper.
See, some of the good things.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's one of the things is you don't see too many non-corporate places in general. I mean, back in the day, it seemed like there was a lot more coffee
That's my
shops
sense,
and
too.
all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Now it's like they're just one by one sort of disappearing.
That's my impression. That's my feeling too. And so the local thing is not quite what it used to be for a variety of reasons. But we're hanging in there, man. We're doing okay. I didn't get into this business to get rich. I'd like better health insurance, but you know, but hey, but you know, I feel really grateful and lucky for what I have, and even on those frustrating days where things are not working, I've got to remember, like, Keif, man, you own a movie theater.
Right.
Shut up, stop complaining.
Right.
You know,
and it's like the
stuff
cool.
like
I mean,
that.
most people agree it's like the coolest movie
thank
theater
you.
in town or in most towns.
We
even.
try to keep it accessible. We try to keep our rates affordable. I know I try to work special deals with local groups. I mean, we work with schools. We work with local people. We work with local businesses. We work with neighborhoods. We work with UNM. You know, and before I forget, I want to say, like, some of the things that really influenced me and inspired me when running a movie theater, even when I was running basement films as well back in the late 90s with a friend, is where we're at right now: public access, media literacy, weird international films, weird cult films, like all of those things. Alan Fulford, may he rest in peace, across the street, he used to rent a bunch of film and video equipment. You know, all these people, and Craig Baldwin in San Francisco, and my uncle, like all of these people, like just had an amalgam of inspiration to me. And you show up, you turn on the electricity, and the magic happens. There was a documentary that a local person made, Olan Kamuze, I think is how you pronounce his last name, and it was mostly about the patronage, which I liked, and it's like they brought in the magic and the people renting the theater, and it's like you just had to like stay out of the way, turn the electricity on, turn the projector on, and
you kind of create the
things,
space.
Yeah, and things happen right there, and so a lot of the goodness comes from what they do. And so again, it's a collaborative effort. I'm one of many people in the process, and I just hope that I'm contributing something that's meaningful, that's worthwhile. And I don't mean worthwhile like in a resigned way. I mean, because there's all kinds of opinions about what's good, you know, what's good, you know, cinema and stuff like that. So, you know, but yeah. So I get inspiration from. Oh God, man, I can't believe it.
They want to find out when the movie
How
started.
unprofessional can you get, man?
It shows you're popular.
Oh my God.
That's okay. Because people want to know
how
what movies
unprofessional, man. I mean,
they
you
want to
think
know what
running
movies
a movie
playing. Speaking of which movies playing this week.
that person knows what we're playing. That person does our Blue Sky account. I'm sorry about that, guys. That's pretty funny.
Video when it happens, so I can probably just splice that.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mark. I apologize for that. That was just an oversight. I should have turned my phone off.
No worries.
But yeah, so, you know, public access, media literacy, weird international films, cult
just getting
movies.
a view or a point of view that's not the mainstream
Exactly.
thing, which is hard to find.
And you know, like I don't have it to I don't have the resources to travel, but I can just do it through movies. You know, we live vicariously through our friends and through movies. You know, you might not know what a certain country is like to live in, but maybe you can get some semblance by watching a movie of it. So you know, the transformative aspects of movie, of cinema and stuff like that, you know, that's really one of the first things I got into. I mean, having my mind blown by the Tin Drum, you know, or something like that, or watching John Waters' Pink Flamingos.
So what was some of your early memories of
Un
what
Chien
got you?
Andalou. I mean, I saw that on Night Flight, which is coming back, which is a great, It's a great variety show from the early 80s, cable TV. I mean, I was growing up in Anywhere USA, middle class, suburban.
And where did you grow up?
It was up in the Heights, mostly.
So you grew up right here in
Yeah, I grew up in Albuquerque most of my life. I mean, I'm from the South. We moved to Texas, we moved to Arkansas, and then we moved to New Mexico. Most of my life has been in New Mexico.
Gotcha.
We lived in the South Valley at first, and then, you know, eventually we moved up to the Northeast Heights where I went to school there. But now I'm a university, downtown, whatever, you know, guy. But yeah, so those were some of the things that sort of, and my uncle telling me a story about, you know, in the 60s in San Francisco, going to a place, you play like $5, which was a lot of money back then, I guess, and you go in for hours, you'd sleep there, maybe you know, do some illicit drugs, I don't know, maybe people were fooling around the back, but you'd watch these movies and you don't know if it was some crazy Fellini movie or if it was like microbiological footage, and just that environment, man, of just going somewhere. Now, we can't exactly do that at the Guild, but these things kind of, you know, loom in the background. They're kind of, you know, influential. I mean, things like that. And, you know, I mean, I'm a small business owner, so I got to worry about, small business owner stuff, the bottom line. I mean, they say, one of the tragedies of the human race is rent. Rent. And so you do the best you can, given rent. But I've booked most of what we booked in good faith. I mean, like you say, points of view that you may not hear otherwise, underrepresented points of view that maybe need to be heard, different aesthetic values, things like that, different ways of storytelling. One of my favorite festivals is Experiments in Cinema, which is my old alma mater stomping ground people, Basement Films. Okay. So we host them once a year, and a few other satellite events, but Experiments in Cinema, which is dear to my heart. Yeah. We've got a film noir festival coming up. That's also a dear one too. But like I say, we host the Way Out West Film Festival, which is a queer film festival that comes up in October. We used to do the Sin Fronteras and Cine Magnifico. So we work with a variety of groups. We work with the Transgender Resource Center. We're going to be showing Second Nature in September, I think it is. So yeah, I mean, our moniker is Eclectic Cinema 7 days a week. And
incredible.
We have live stuff too. We used to have more stand-up comedians. We have a little bit of that now, but we have bands that travel here and then play a movie and do the soundtrack, like a live film score, like they're in the pit or off to the sides. I mean, one of the fortunate things about the Guild is we have this stage.
Right.
And so, we've had musicians.
As you saw our little dancer up there.
Yeah, that's right, Shane, making a move up there, yeah. So we can afford to be like a sort of an all-purpose space. Primarily, we're cinema, and I have to tell bands like, bring your own PA, stuff. Bring your own speakers, but by and large, we try to make it very eclectic, and we try to have fun. We try to make it worthwhile. We try to make it interesting. Give people something that they're not being spoon-fed. Something alternative. So.
And so, when you were a kid, did you go to a cinema? I mean, I guess the Guild was there when you were a kid in a different way. Maybe.
I have to say, in high school, there was the Don Pancho's right across the street from UNM. One of the last movies I saw there was the Last Temptation of Christ. Okay. There was the Guild, where I saw Nicholas Roeg's Insignificance. Those movies come to mind. But the one I went to the most, actually, was the Southwest Film Center on UNM campus. Okay. A guy named Noah Golden was booking that theater primarily. Maybe there were other people, but he's the name I remember. And they'd have free Wednesday nights. And so we'd borrow Mom's car and drive down from the Heights to the central UNM area, and we'd go watch these movies for free. We saw Touch of Evil by Orson Welles. We knew nothing about Orson Welles except that he was a large guy who sold wine. We didn't quite understand the full aspect of like Citizen Kane. We watched Touch of Evil, and it knocked us off our butt, man. Wow. And we saw some John Cassavetes films, some interviews with Luis Buñuel, which I've never seen since. And it really opened my mind. It really blew my mind. It was just this really great sense of we had this great sense of curiosity and enthusiasm and eagerness, and things were new and fresh. I mean, I was living half a mile away from a mall. Yeah. And to go down to UNM and get that kind of culture where people are actually walking around. This is when the Frontier restaurant,
it was 24/7.
And you could smoke, and there was a jukebox in the corner always playing Lay 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 by Bob Dylan. And not that I smoked, but it made for a lively culture, and we get in arguments with people about religion and stuff, but it was lively. It was lively, and I don't know if that's still there.
It's changed. That whole central area, I know with the business with the art bus and all that, how that shifted just the whole dynamics, and a lot of businesses did not make it. Yeah. And just that shift of what all happened. I'm sure during the pandemic things changed, because I know I moved here in 2002, and Central had a different feel even back then. Just that whole university area, Frontier.
I mean, things are changing whether we like it or not. It's not all change is good, but it's inevitable, as they say. So you just roll with it. You do the best you can, and you just try to support what you like of it, because it may not be here forever.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing that keeps hope, is as long as the Guild is still here, something that's like public libraries, parks, the Guild, these things are all right. Things are
a lot of gratitude again to the property owner of the Guild, John Daffer, to the previous owners, Sylvia Wittels, Janet Gogol, Janet Brazil. I mean, they're part of the reason why we're still here. And of course, the great patronage, the staff, the crew. We were just talking about Chris. Chris helped do the layout for the for the carpet that's done in that style of like Twin Peaks and,
Yeah.
and Eraserhead. It's I guess it's Chevron is what it's called.
Okay.
But yeah, we try to make it interesting, fun, engaging. We try to be accessible. One phone call and you're talking to the person who makes the final decision on things. I mean,
Yeah.
and we try to keep it affordable and yeah, and just interesting and very eclectic. And we work with a whole bunch of different array of organizations and
Yeah.
stuff. So.
And how we were talking a little bit when I was over there about the transition from film to the digital era.
Yeah.
What has that been like
Pros
for
and
you?
cons.
Yeah.
I mean, it's heavy lifting those canisters
Yeah.
of especially when you got a 2-hour movie. And those, that's heavy. And
And you got to get them up there.
Oh yeah, and it's shipping and it's the whole thing, and for film projection, you're much more engaged. Like some films, on Reel 2, you've got to frame up because there was a slight registration problem when they were printing it, or maybe the density of the film changed a little bit on Reel 3, so you got to pull focus.
Yeah.
So there was that engagement. With digital, it hits the screen, it's in focus, and it's so you can multitask more up in the booth.
Sure.
With digital. You tend to not have to worry about things, but like with film, a little tear in the sprocket, it would go through fine one time, and the next time it would snap. But I miss film. I mean, there's a part of me that really miss film. There's a certain luminosity, how it bounces off the screen that I feel like I can see, that I don't see so much with as digital.
Yeah.
But it has become, as I know film purists. I collect 16mm films. I love film. But it's become a bit of a luxury and a privilege. I mean, I'm not making celebrity money, so I can't, just run nothing but 35mm.
Yeah.
And I love Albuquerque, but I don't think there's enough people to support archival 35mm projection where you're making real changes every 20 minutes. And the funny little story, most projection booths had bathrooms up there.
Okay.
Because, and I joke that this would unionize projections if this came back, but when you were doing carbon arcs, you had to be up there to make sure the rods were in line or the screen would turn kind of blue. And when you were doing 20-minute reel changes, you don't have time to go downstairs, go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So there was like a bathroom with a toilet,
Right.
like right near the film projector. And it's just funny to think about that kind of stuff. But it was a lot more work back then.
Yeah.
It really was. So the upside of film too is that things could break and you might be able to fix it.
Right.
I mean, there's a specialty knowledge.
It's like cars back in the day versus cars now.
And there's a
probably.
specialty knowledge that needs to be, that I hope is preserved, because a lot of these tech people are dying, they're dying. I mean, they're not with us anymore.
Sure.
So hopefully that knowledge is being passed around. But with digital, I mean, things like go down and you're like, turn it on,
Right,
turn it off, and let's keep our fingers crossed. And the fix it thing can be a lot more daunting. So there's just pros and cons to it.
Yeah.
By the dollar amount, it might be, and there's probably been an article written about this, but it might be that digital projection ultimately is more expensive than film.
Yeah.
So there is pros and cons, and I think most audiences are like, give me a story, give me something, and make sure the audio, I can understand audio, and let's roll. I mean, but there are people that are like, what, you're not playing on 35mm? It's like, hey, and we still have our 35, and we occasionally do play 35. That festival, Experiments in Cinema, we play 16mm.
Wow, okay.
So, I mean, we can even play VHS, I gotta tell you.
Is that right?
Right. I think very few distributors probably like that.
Yeah.
They're like, no, you play it. Several of them are like Blu-rays, not even a DVD. It has to be a Blu-ray.
Wow.
But that's okay, because we got a 50-foot throw, and it can look pretty good. And again, most people, they're going to get caught up in the story. It's tech people where they have to know the differences, where they're like, well, the blacks aren't quite as pure. It's like, that's a DP, that's a director of photography talking. So, but anyway. So.
And so do you, I imagine compared to a normal mainstream theater, you get to know your clientele more than, at the Regal Cinema or whatever. I mean, I imagine there's a lot of repeat customers, or what's that like?
Yeah,
your
no, we got
relationship
people
with
that, they stand in the lobby talking about the film as to what it meant, and there's been talk about film clubs, going to the Guild, watching a movie, and discussing
like a book
afterwards.
Club, film club,
and I've got to hone that in. I've got to figure out how to make that happen. We've got one screen. We're going to several different movies, so we often don't have that much time to have like a 30-minute wrap. But that would be great.
Yeah.
I should really be mindful of that. I have wanted to for a long time. It would almost be done like a raffle, but get people in the community to do a raffle, and whoever wins the raffle they get to show their favorite film, and it's a love letter. And you don't have to be academic about it. If you are, that's okay too. And you just get up and you say, I love this movie, and I hope you love it too. And this is why it's something like that. And do it as a raffle, because if I put a general call out, like there's gonna be, I'm gonna get overloaded with people like, oh, I'd love to show this. I would love to show this. You know, and just that kind of like somebody from the community and their favorite movie. And so that's another idea that's been pacing around in my head. You know, during the midweek, I mean, you'll notice chain theaters, they make it like, you know, $6 for a movie, and that's a sign that like those are dog days. Those are nothing against dogs. I love dogs, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, those are days where, you know, movie theaters are struggling. I mean, during the middle of the week, you know, people go out during the weekend. One of the nice things about the midweek, though, is if you do something in the midweek, you're not competing with the weekend. But point being is like, yeah, I would love to have a midweek series where it's somebody from the, oh, your number came up, get ready. But you have to, but you gotta be okay with getting up in front of people, getting on a mic and talk. But the Guild is kind of a casual, informal atmosphere. You know, I don't think you're going to get too many, you know, hecklers or whatever.
I think people feel very at home. They feel like they're in like their like living room.
I hope so.
Like
I mean, that term safe space. Yeah, I hope so. You know, so those are ways that, so we, you know, when people, you know, I try to be in the habit of being downstairs when the movie ends saying, okay, it's playing through Tuesday if you got friends who want to see it or whatever. And thanks for coming to see it. And just, you know, I'm thanking people for spending money. People laugh at me when I say, thanks for spending money at the Guild. But it's true. It's like you're a part of the process.
Yeah, you can spend it any other place.
You can. And so, so, you know, it's like one of the few places in our society where we can go into a movie theater, we can go into a space, be facing the same direction, and be more or less concentrating on the same thing. We're not supposed to be talking, but some people do. You know, you're supposed to have your phone off too. But just the one place in society where you go and you look in the same direction and you be quiet. And there's something kind of really great about that. And I don't think that's really ever going to go away. I mean, we've got a substantial amount of people that I think are in high school or just out of high school that are coming and checking out these movies that I'm not even sure their parents were old enough to get in to see that rated R movie. You know what I mean? So you've got that kind of energy, and that I really love too, because that's just one of those healthy curiosities. It's like, well, yeah, all of this is being stuffed in our face, but this over here looks kind of different.
I mean, I used to live just, you know, a block or two away, and I wouldn't even know what was going to be playing.
No, you just show up.
I knew something that was going to be kind of enriching or thought-provoking or different. I knew that was going to be a given, and you know, it's not many places have that opportunity.
And I think people, whether they articulate it or not, or self-conscious about it or not, I think they get a sense of like being just over-consumed with corporate product and just real crass commercial things where you're a target, you're a mark, you know, and you kind of want to stretch out and see something that maybe isn't necessarily speaking to that side of you, but more that side of like, well, how does the other half live? You know, how do other people, you know, live? How does it work in other neighborhoods? How does it work in other countries? How does it work in other worlds? You know, and other communities and stuff like that. And like we were talking earlier, you know, you can kind of travel vicariously through your friends, but also through movies. You know, and there's countries that I may never get to go to, but maybe I can have a movie experience where it gives me some semblance. It won't be perfect. I mean, it's always a little bit skewed towards certain perspectives and stuff like that, but still, it's, you know, you can kind of get a sense of like, oh, that's how it is, and it's a humanizing thing too. You know, I mean, sometimes it's funny to be in times where you feel like you have to humanize humans. It's like, aren't we already humans? But apparently not, you know, and it's according to some people. But so it's great to see, you know, movies from countries that, you know, maybe the governments aren't getting along with.
Right,
you know, stuff like that.
It feels like when people go, it's, you know, movies always kind of are an escape or a journey, but I feel like when they go to the Guild, it's a bit of like soul medicine. You know, because something about just being there.
I hope so.
And I know I'm not alone. I know anyone who's probably hearing me
so
saying
glad
that,
to
like,
hear that.
yes, that's what I feel.
So when a movie theater, when a place like an art house like the Guild Cinema, like any place like that, even used bookstores, when the mojo's really happening, I'd like to think that it's beyond a monetary exchange. Like maybe it's something cultural. I don't want to get too pretentious about it, but I feel like there's something more going on than just like, you give me your money and you give me this, and like,
100%.
you know, hopefully it's more than that. You know, I think used bookstores. I mean, I often joke that every town needs a good art house and a good used bookstore, among other things. But those are two. That's a tall order. I mean, I'm so grateful to have organic books, quirky books, you know,
Yeah.
Downtown Books and Beans, or I
Yeah.
think they're called Downtown Books, but you know, I'm so
Yeah.
grateful for used bookstores and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And, you know, used record stores. I mean, you know,
Yes.
I mean, used media. I'm a physical media guy for better for worse.
Yeah.
You know, my apartment things grow like this, right? There's no more room for this, you know. But yeah, man, you know, so it's just a way of engaging, you know, it's just,
Yeah.
it's an engagement, so.
Yeah. Well, on behalf of Albuquerque and everyone who appreciates the Guild, thank you.
Hey, thank you, Seth.
For what you provide. And,
Thank you. Thank you for being part of it.
My pleasure, and hope for many more years. And any closing words you'd like to say about the Guild, or the movies, or
we got the
anything?
Film Noir Festival coming up. 5 double features, 2 movies to the price of 1. See one or see both for the same price. That starts Friday. The Spiral Staircase and the original, well, I shouldn't say original, but the 40s Nightmare Alley. You know, Guillermo del Toro did a more recent version, but there's a 40s Tyrone Powers thing. And Mark Hinckley from Shadows of Noir going to be here Saturday night to introduce some of the films. So that's an engaging, for me, that's a really alluring, pun intended, kind of, fest. I mean, you know, that was during the time post-war prosperity, and to be critical about it, you know, the House of Un-American Activities might come after you, and so you kind of had to talk about the underbelly of things, so you do that through crime stories. So it's a very interesting way to get past the censors, past that kind of mentality, and talk about there's problems. I mean, every country's got, human beings are problematic,
Yes.
you know, I mean, and so, and it's the same, I think, like in, say, Iran, where they have to work past the censors to
Yeah.
talk about certain things, and some of the most brilliant filmmaking in the Middle East, I
Yes.
think, is from Iran, to
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
for me anyway, and so
Check
yes,
some out.
yeah, film noir has an interesting way of critiquing the lesser sides of the United States. And some of them are from France, actually. It's not all American, but yeah, it's just an interesting way to talk about things in an entertaining way.
Yeah.
Everybody likes a good mystery, a good crime, a crooked, a good villain, you know. So that's
Well, more of this to come.
Yeah.
And thank you for taking the time.
Yeah.
And for all you do for our community, for all of us. You're a pleasure to know.
Thank you, Seth.
Bless the Guild.
Yeah.
Bless Keif and all the people who are helping the
Oh
Guild.
man, I got a great staff, man. Yeah,
so,
everybody.
So thanks to all of them, and
Great help.
hope to see you there.
Okay.
soon.
All right. Thank you so much.
Everybody's got something that nobody else has got. Everybody, you're the only one.